Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is our first episode. Well, I've been shooting content previously, but this is the year 2025, 18 March, and I have come to the decision that I should make content for you guys. Why? So in South Africa, there is currently an epidemic of cyber attacks. For some reason, our parliament's Twitter account was hacked. Uh, our health laboratories were hacked. Um, you name it, any institution is not safe. CIPC, where all the businesses' names are, everything has been hacked, and the people who are hiring the HR, they don't really know what they're doing. So there's a there's I think a bit of talent, but the the information they have is a bit archaic. So my name is Tsepo. I have a cybersecurity qualification from the University of Johannesburg. I also teach at the University of Minnesota in USA. I have taught at the University of Sydney, Australia. I have taught at the University of California. I have taught at the University of Toronto, Canada, just to name a few. Mm, so after all of that information, this is just a brief introduction, right? Just so you know me and yeah, what I do and why I'm teaching you. um, After all of that, I decided, hey man, what's the best way I can teach more people to be safe and the type of attacks that are out there so that people are aware. Once you're cyber aware, you can then mitigate against those attacks. So without delaying you, let's get to the meat. So here I'm going to share my screen shortly with you. I would like to show you the platform we will be using for this module. It's a free platform. Anyone can register and subscribe. What the purpose of this platform is to train people with um, virtual machines that simulate an attack surface. So let's say an organization's computer or server. So they show you how hackers actually need operate. Well, that's if you accomplish the task. They have prizes. They're currently running specials. Let me share the screen so you can see. So the platform is called TryHackMe. So there you go. It's called TryHackMe. So what happens is that, as you can see here, uh, there's a competition that's coming up. You stand a chance of winning 30,000 US dollars. That's a lot of money. And here you see that registration is free. So signing up to this platform is literally free. You can just go. And once you've completed this, you can document your work here and include it in your portfolio when applying for a job to show the employer your hands-on experience. So I'm going to close this because I am not looking for this. I have completed a number of uh, these machines myself. Well, the platform is like this. You can see some of my badges. Let me see how many do I have here. I think I've got yeah some yeah. You see, I've got a couple. So I want to focus today on these are called rooms, right? So they are called rooms. Um, Let me show you something. Sorry about that. Okay, I think before, let me walk you through the room. This is the dashboard. I'll click on the dashboard. So the first lesson will be just like orientation a bit. This is the dashboard. You get to see uh, how you can be trained. Like, so there are curriculums here, offensive security. Uh, I've done that. Offensive security, I got 100% with it. There's defensive security. You can go there and see what's up inside there in your own time. There's robots. Robots is a room. Inside here, there's a challenge. Inside here is a challenge. There's a challenge here. Billing. This maybe might show you how you can hack point of payment systems. There are more. If you click there, attack NFTs, you know, a lot of things. Cryptocurrency failures. And I'm currently, I think, strong enough, out of 2,000 so far, which is like the max, I've got 1,800 points. So uh, I'm rolling. I'm rolling. Yeah, and I got points. You see, um, let me see this. Yeah, they say I must complete more rooms to get higher ranking, and they show, yeah, that's the dashboard. So maybe let me go here and let me see. Can I click here? Okay, I can't click there. Okay, and then learn. There's a tab where you can click learn. Uh, it has like a cybersecurity roadmap. This is a platform I tell all my students about so they can, coupled with the course, do this, and then it gives them also a great experience. So I've completed some that I found interesting. Let me go to the rooms. There's a SOC simulator. SOC means Security Operations Center simulator. There's cloud training. You can be trained to be a good cloud security engineer. And there are modules that you can go with. It's all free. And there's also a paid subscription where you get access to much more resources. You can see this is free. This is all free. So I do the free ones and some of the paid ones. Yes. Uh, I think paid just gives you a better experience. Okay, so let's pick one. I'm going to, for today's lesson, pick one for you that I will teach you about. So I want to teach you about the concept of brute force. I think a lot of people have heard about brute force, which is a method of hacking that where people try multiple passwords and usernames on a login page, basically. They try as many times as they can using what we call a word list. So they keep on attempting. The word list has like maybe 40 million different passwords or even more these days. Uh, I have so many passwords that you can use uh, to attempt. It's stored, and what the algorithm or the program does, I'll show you the whole process when we start the thing. I just want to get into the room. Let me just maximize here. I've chosen boot it room. Let's maybe search, but we'll find it. OWASP, Linux. Let's see if there's a search tab here. Aha. Boot it room. This is the one I want. Let's just press enter and see what happens. So here it is. You see it? It's called Brute It Room. So you get there, you click, uh, then it loads. Then I'll show you how to do it, right? So these are these are the questions. So what I'm teaching here is something called a CTF. A CTF is like a riddle. A capture the flag is what it stands for. So the purpose of capture the flag is to obtain or access places that only a hacker can access. So let's say I want to see if you are able to log in as me. What I will do is that I will put a flag behind your successful completion of the process of hacking me. So as soon as you figured out my password and my username and you have gained access, behind that, I will put what you call this, a flag. As you can see, I'm rated under the top 10 in the world. Ooh my. I'm joking, man. Yeah, uh so behind your successful completion of the task, I will put what we call a flag to, and then it's normally in a text format. It's like a word in brackets or a phrase in brackets that will have like the prefix flag and then in curly brackets or brackets, the flag. You take that, you copy all of that and you paste it as your key to show that indeed I have completed this task, I'm able to proceed. So when you get here, you say start attack box. So it will load here, you see, it will say it's starting your machine, please wait. And then because of the latency, I have made screenshots for you guys and a proper description of the steps that you should follow that I will include in the comment section and in the description. And I'll also include a link to TryHackMe so that you guys can go there and try this out yourself and see. Take screenshots, post it on your LinkedIn and say that, hey, I was able to do this. So without further ado, uh, yeah, you see, there's like 32,000 people in the world who've tried this. And I'm glad I'm here, you know. Uh, so yeah, while we wait for it to load, I will get my screenshots. Let me pause so that I do not take too long. Okay, awesome. It's done loading. Let's go. This is how it'll appear. Basically tells you pen testing any target that is not deployed by you on TryHackMe is prohibited. Um, what is this? Well, what is this platform? Let me explain to you. This is an Ubuntu Linux computer that's virtual. It's a virtual machine. It's a simulation of a real computer with a real operating system called Ubuntu Linux. It's not Windows, it's not Mac, but uh, a Mac is a Unix operating system. It's derived from here. So you're solely responsible for your action. This machine expires. Check, try, hack me. Let me launch this so you can see. You still have time left on this machine. Once this machine is terminated, all the data will be lost. If you're a subscriber, this machine is exposed to the internet and may be automatically scanned. While the machine is secure, do not store sensitive files here. You see, it's a real computer. It's you can store and all of that. Usage instructions, tools are located in root, desktop, tools, or this is a directory. Second, web shells are located in, word lists are located in, it tells you what is a word list. A word list is, you remember that thing I told you about, uh, that word list that has all the usernames and password? That's what a word list is. It's like an encyclopedia of usernames and passwords that you use to guess and try against the login page. Readmes are located in root instruction. To use Empire and Star Killer, read the following. Do you think something is missing? Do let us know. And then it says press enter to close. So I've pressed enter. This is my machine. I've got a terminal, which I normally use. You see, I can say ls, which will list all the directories here. You see, I've got a desktop, I've got downloads, I've got rooms and all of that, you see. So now let me switch to my screenshots because I want to show you how to do this in real time. I will provide the screenshots for you guys and you do it with that reference because I know some people are visual learners. So what is the first task we need to do? You go here, you scroll to the left. Let me make this bigger. You scroll to the left and you click here. Because I've completed it, it it's like that, you know, it shows a tick. So it asks you, in this box, you will learn about brute force. And let me go here, but let me give you the dictionary explanation. Brute force, because I'm helping you study really. Brute force meaning, you see. And what I'll do is that I'll just use AI so that you guys also use AI. I encourage you to use AI. The use of sheer strength or power, often without skill or intelligence to achieve a goal. So in the sense of brute force attack, uh, uh, on password or login page. Here it is. There are many. You can use Kapasky, this definition. It uses a trial and error basic method. Let it load a bit. You can use any place. A brute force is a brute force attack is a hacking method that uses trial and error to crack passwords, login credentials, like I explained to you. And you can read more. I don't want to waste your time with that. Cracking, let me explain them. Uh, Hash cracking is when the password is in an encrypted format. It is stored as a hash. A hash is, let me explain it in a simple term. You see, when you're putting your password in the bank, you put a 4-digit number. Like my PIN at the bank is 1111 let's say like that, or 1234. In the back end of you typing that 1234, there is an algorithm that converts those characters or those digits into an encrypted format so that another person, like let's say the people in the bank don't actually know what your password is because it gets converted into a secret code. The codes have evolved over time, and that's homework for you to basically put in the chat. How have how has encryption or uh, encryption keys hashes, how have they evolved over time? There's the DES, there's the SHA, which is what I'm going to focus on now. SHA uh, uh, is a is one of the most advanced methods now. Its key is 256 bits long, so it's very long. It converts it into, let me show you an example of a hash example. So you guys, I know most people are just visual learners. Once they see, they understand. You just put it in Google, just like that. You remember I was speaking about SHA. Here it is. Uh, let's just go to that. Let's go to SHA. You will research because I'm introducing a topic and then you go and you do your further research. Like I'm introducing the concept. So you see here, there's this long number. Why doesn't it select properly? Yes, there we go. This long number is a hash. I put in 1, 2, 3, 4. The computer computes, it turns that number, that 4-digit number or 6-digit number into a long key. Basically, you can't convert this quickly to get to 1, 2, 3, 4 by factorizing, by doing all your methods of hacking. You can't basically guess that my password is 1, 2, 3, 4 if you find this string, this as like maybe you managed to get back end access to my file. You can't crack that and figure out that this or have any computational power to crack this to give me 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I'm going to show you as we advance how we hack hashes. But for the topic and for beginner, just accept that as like truth. Okay, so we move on. It's going to teach you brute force. It's going to teach you hash cracking, and then it's going to teach you privilege escalation. What is privilege escalation? Privilege escalation is once I have brute forced, I've tried so many passwords. I think I should show you a word list. Yeah, I'll show you a word list and how it looks like. I've got one here with me. Uh, I've brute forced, so I've guessed that this person's password is like this. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Using a word list. Uh, let's say it reveals it in the form of a hash. It's encrypted. I can't. It's not human readable. It's not easy. And the place where I should put a login only wants like 6 letters. I then further use that hash because it is a password, but it's just in an encrypted format. Some places accept that long format. I use that through an SSH. An SSH is a method. You know how you have a house? You can either come in through the door, which is like your normal way of accessing a website, like through a browser. And then there's another method. You can use the garage door. You can use the chimney. You can use the windows, whichever method to gain entry into the platform is what you are trying to do. So Because you've cracked this person and you found this long hash, this long key, now you use that to gain access, and then you do what we call it authenticates you. It says, indeed, that's the hash. We don't know how you got it, but yeah, you're in. That has escalated your privilege. So you are from a user that had standard rights like me. I'm not allowed in your banking information or your computer. But now that I've got this long key, I've authenticated myself. Now I've moved from being a standard user to being an administrator. So that is the method of privilege escalation. So let me share with you guys how we do that. Uh, okay, I'm going to share with you now. Let me stop sharing here. Let me stop sharing that and share with you. This, which I'll provide in the description. Just give me a second. Okay, let's do it. There we go. This is my Mac computer. I do want to get into full screen. Yes, there we go. I hope you see it clearly as I'm sharing. So when you get to this platform, what we're trying to do is gain access to, I'll show you now, this platform. It's a website. The website's IP address is 10.10.221.141. If you go to Google and you check its IP address, it'll give you its IP address. If you check Facebook, let me show you what I mean. I'll show you, but just take it as it is, as the information is. I think Google is 8888. Yeah, 48 is the IP address. And then a DNS is when they say that instead of saying, I want to visit site 8888, they gave it a naming resolution. They gave it a way that is like a phone book, a directory. Imagine if a directory just had numbers, it didn't have a name. It would be so hard to navigate the phone directory. You'd just be looking at numbers, they're confusing, there's so many. So when we do DNS is when we assign a name to a domain. This domain's IP address is 10.10.221.141. So we get there, we put in this site in your browser, in your TryHackMe, this page will load up. And then we do what we call an Nmap scan. Let me get my notation going. Annotate, yes. Oh, thank you. An Nmap scan. So in your terminal, you do what we call an Nmap scan. What is Nmap? Nmap gives you a map of this site. This site, remember, this is that site that we're looking at. Here it is. Let's go to it again. Let's go to it again. So I'm just navigating between the annotator and the cursor. Here it is. You see, it matches 221.141. What am I running here? 221.141. I put the command in terminal. It's nmap. It gives me a map of the entire website, what ports are running, what files are there, what keys, anything related to this website, I am able to find. So here, when I do nmap, and I'll explain these much later, uh, these commands, right? But for now, just put them in so that we do not derail. So I put nmap. I say, give me a map of this website, this IP address. It loads. Don't be alarmed when it's taking too long. It will load. When once it's finished loading, look, behold, it tells me that, hey, the host is up. I have a report, an Nmap report of this website. In my report, here are the findings. The host, which is this site, is up. So it's live, it's active. There are 998 closed TCP ports. So most of the ports are closed. But hey, however, there's 22 TCP, which is open. Ah, it's like it's telling me that this house has an open window. And this open window, it tells me that it has burglar bars or not. Just take it that way. Excuse my analogies. It's telling me which kind of service is running on that port, because ports use um, services, they render services. Like port 80 is the one that allows you to access your web browser. So it says that, hey, SSH, you can SSH into this website using port 22, right? So I'm like, oh, that's interesting. What I need to do next is then research this, this. Are there any vulnerabilities that have been there in the past associated to this service? You know, and then interesting information. Hey, I've got keys to the host. What? That's not supposed to be there, but it's there, because this website has them, and most websites do. They are not safe. They open ports, So it tells me that, hey, SSH, and here are the host keys. Remember those hashes that I told you about and all of that? So it tells me that there's an RSA key. Is this key? I'm more interested in this one. And then it tells me that port 80, the one that allows me to see it in the browser, is also open. That's why I'm able to see it in the browser. And it's running Apache. Remember, here we are. Oh, sorry. And then it tells me the Apache version 2.4.29. So what I could do, reconnaissance, which is information gathering. I go onto the internet. I Google, hey, does Apache 2.49 have 2.4.29 have any vulnerabilities known, And then the service, remember I told you that it renders a service. So, okay, cool. I've collected information. Now I know that there are two ports that are open that I could possibly use to gain access to this house. Take my analogies as they are so you can understand easier. So when I'm there, I go and I say that, hey, can you do, let me not confuse you a bit. Remember, this is the website that we're looking for. This is the service that is running. And this is the website. When you put in the directory admin, let me annotate so you can understand. At first, the website, the IP address is just the IP address on its own. But if we want to go to the admin page, we put admin /admin so that we can access the admin page. And then here, if you press F12 on your computer, you will note that this pops up. Developer tools page comes up. This page, you'll normally see it. It's coded that login. You see here, it's written login here. It's the HTML hypertext markup language. Like this is the back end. And then they use CSS and make it look nice, so that it's in bold, But this is the back end. When you press F12, if you're using a Windows machine, if you're not, you go to the browser, you click on the three buttons on the top right. It shows you more information. Instead of settings, you go to developer tools. I'll show you that. Then here you see username or valid or password invalid. You see here it is. Everything that's here is here. Then username, here's the username. Password, here's password. So then what this is waiting for is an input. You see that? Input. It's waiting for the person who accesses this to put an input here. You see it said input. And it says it wants text. And it said input again. I want password. And then press a button, which is the login button. So it's waiting for two things, two inputs. So it says it has a queue and thing. Hey, John, if you don't remember, the username is admin. So here it's giving me a hint. I can put admin. That's solved. So all I need now is the password. You see there, it gave me that. So just by accessing that, you've already gone halfway. You showed up. And then what we then do is that we run what we call a directory buster. We use that password list. I think I need to now show you guys what a password list is because it's appearing there. And if you don't, okay, let's also put these because you guys maybe sometimes, yeah, a word list, right? That's what I wanted to show you. CD. I know I'm not sharing. I just want to get to it so you guys can see it. CD user. Let me stop sharing here. I just want to show you something. How to get to that word list on your machine, because I know it might be complicated. So I said CD user. That's the command I put. Remember, the first one I put was ls to list with desktop and all of that. So I said CD user. It takes me here. It's no longer here. It moved one directory to the user directory. So then I say CD /share. Let me say ls so that I refer to it nicely. Here it is. This is where I want to go. So maybe I should just say cd share. Now it's gone in. Then I say ls to list what's inside this directory. Behold, there are so many things that are in here. What am I looking for? This word list. So I can say cat Or let me just say cd for now and see if it'll go in. Okay, let me say ls so you see what's inside. These are the word lists that exist. There's rock text. Let me show you. It's probably gonna crash this machine. I don't know. Cat rock dot text. Cat means display. What's inside here? You see, so many. It's just going on and on. It's going on. It's millions and millions and millions and millions of passwords, like over, like close to a billion. It's just many. So let me just stop this because it can go on forever, you know. So I just wanted to show you guys how you access that and how you access the website also. Let me come out of here. Oh, Nmap as well. I'll show you Nmap because we're running out of time. We gotta move. We gotta move. But I guess this is the intro, so you guys will just understand. The next lesson will move. Will be moving. So let me go to this website. Uh, uh, it's I said it is 10 dot 10 dot 221.141 221.141. Says unable to connect. Another occurred during your connection. Let me see why. Okay, let me say admin. Problem. Oh, my network is protected, but I think on yours it'll go through. Let me stop sharing here and try to do it in terminal. Let me nmap it like I had suggested. I think I was running this without actually switching the machine on. So here I started the machine. I pressed this button. Maybe let me try again. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Uh, mm, I don't know why they changed that. If they changed it, but when I solved it, oh, there we go. Target IP address. There we go. Yeah, the IP address was changed. Sorry about that, but the it's the same thing. So let me go up an arrow. So go up an arrow and map and see. Oh, let's see. We're working. And then SV. 10. It says 10 again, 195 this time. It will change probably with you also, but the lesson is still the same. And then I run. Hopefully this host is up. It's scanning. We can do that with the browser as well, so we can see that web page. You see, so it tells me exactly what I told you guys. You can make a screenshot of this. I'm gonna do that just to update my screenshots with 2025 and just wait for this to finish populating. Just sorry about that. Okay, let me screenshot. Let me put this here. Let me screenshot. Let me see if it worked. Yeah. Yeah, it worked. Okay, so there are two ports that are open, 22 and 80, like I told you. So the correct answer for the first one, to solve that, you state here, you put 2 and you click, it will say correct answer. What version of SSH is running? Let's see. We go to SSH. SSH here. You see that SSH is running. Oh, here, behold. This is the version. You see? You paste that here. Correct answer. We're moving. You're completing your task. You're so smart. And then what version of Apache is running? Apache 2.4. Let me annotate so you can see where I'm getting the answer. 2.4.29. Here it is. Still running the same, even though they've changed the IP address. Which Linux distribution is running? Ubuntu. Yeah, you see, this is the Linux distribution that's running. It's Ubuntu. You see it everywhere. And search for hidden directories on the web server. What is the hidden directory? Remember, I showed you admin. So let's test that. I want to show you with a browser. I need to stop annotating so I can select. I can close this because I think we've gotten most answers that we needed. I open my Firefox. I open my Firefox, which is your browser here. It takes some time to load. Maybe I should pause while it. But yeah. Okay, so it's admin, and then we get to the second part of the challenge. I'll get to this. What is the password? Let me, because it takes so long. Basically, if you put this IP address they stated here, you'll be able to see what I was telling you. Okay, so let me exit this because it's taking forever to load. And use the screenshot so you can understand the concept. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's push. Let's push. Okay, sorry, I need to share. I'm not sharing yet. Okay, let me share and explain. All right, cool. So remember, we're here. We've done that. We've seen this is the directory they were talking about. It's the admin directory. Um, a website is like a book. It has many pages. So the first page is like the book cover. This is the IP address. The contents page is admin. Take it like that. Giving very simple ways of understanding. Or the reception. Like this is an office blog. The reception is the admin, where you say, who are you? Where are you going? Who do you want? You know, are you the right person to come into this building? Basically, that's the admin page. So you're trying to crack the password. Remember, this is the command I'm going to give you for free. There you go. Let me annotate. This is the command, a very, very powerful command I use normally for my capture the flag. Yeah, this first one. So you see it, this one here. So it says Hydra, which is a hacking software that's preloaded in Kali Linux or Linux. Hydra, can you please hack the admin account? I'm looking for the password. Can you use a word list called RockU? Remember where we saw that? And here's my IP address. Here's the IP address of where admin is. Get me all the post form, which is like when you put in submit, it posts your input into the website, and then you get a response. So post form, which is that when a person submits, when admin submits their password, tell me based on this word list, this many millions of password, uh, tell me what is the password for admin. And then the user equals, you don't know it. This is what you're getting. What it does, it goes, and let me remove the annotation so you can read what it does. Please do not use in military or secret organizations. I'm also telling you, disclaimer, please do not use this anywhere besides a controlled environment where you've got authorization. So it runs, and then it says, hey, admin, your password is Xavier. Oh, really? And it says the target was successful, it's completed. You can write this long command. It's going to help you a lot. Okay, so now you've cracked the password, you write it down. You're excited, you're a hacker, you've got the password, you've got the password to admin using that command that I gave you there. So you go in, you log in to the admin panel. When you get there, you go to this. Remember, I told you it's like a book. You're now in this person's office. You said, I'm looking for admin's office. You get in there, you've got the password. When you get there, you access his contents. There, maybe admin is holding files of the director, the CEO, like maybe let's say you hack the receptionist. The receptionist has the password to everyone in the organization. You see? So inside the reception's directory, the panel. Oh, sorry. Let me stop annotating so that I can select. Inside there are private keys. Here, he was busy with this website developing it, and he put private keys. But remember, I told you about a flag that shows that you've passed the first stage of actually hacking and you've gotten the password Xavier. This is the flag. You can't copy this and you paste it to show the person who's setting up this exercise that you indeed have completed obtaining Xavier's password. Then when you click on RSA private key, you saw it's a hyperlink. It's gonna show you this. This is all encrypted. This is how long. You remember I told you that there's the SHA-256. This is another encryption key. It's RSA private key. This is the length. This is the whole entire key. So you tell me if you would be able to hack this on your own, this entire key. You wouldn't, but I've got a method for you. Aha, that's why you're here. You want these methods of hacking. So let's go, let's unselect that. So you've obtained that. So what can you do with that? Oh, you're stuck. Can't do nothing. Nope, but you've got me, right? You save that. What are you going to save it as? You know, save it in a basic format that is readable. It's text anyway. So you save that in a format. And then now you saved it as a text, a hash. So the second command you'll run is you're saying you're using John the Reaper. There's a password called John. You're cracking that. You save that RSA key, which is what you obtained here, RSA. You saved it here in this slide. Hope I'm still sharing it. You saved it. Where did you save it? How do I know? Seppo, like, explain to me. You named it RSA. There it is. That's the name of this thing. You saved it. So now you put it on your desktop after you save. And then let me remove that and select. Oh, I could just select from there. Yay. Okay. Much better. You say you've saved it on your desktop, right? Here's your desktop. Here's the directory. And you're telling this, remember we used Hydra? Now we're using another one. It's called John the Ripper. It also does what? It hacks keys that are in that format. So you say hack it and then save it on my desktop as and call it this the new name. Right. Okay, cool. So then your Python command runs, it runs, and then behold, voila. It has converted that key and it has saved it. And this is the output. Let me annotate. Let's go through what's written here. One loaded password. Remember, it was that RSA key. RSA here. It iterated. It's finding possible candidate password. It's going. And then it's found this. That seems interesting. What is this? You see, as a cybersecurity engineer, you write down. Then, okay, cool. Then you chmod, you change, you modify the permissions on that file so you can access it and change its properties, right? Then, okay, let's move on. You've noted, right? Rock and roll. You've noted rock and roll. So now you try to log in because you've just obtained the key, right? To gain access through what? SSH. SSH is that port, remember, that we identify that is open in the beginning, 22. So now you're trying to log in. How do you log in with SSH? You put in SSH and you say, I want to log in into this IP address and I want to use the user account John. Because remember, we found John and Xavier and John rock and roll password. Then it's going to ask you for the password. And it says enter the passphrase. Remember, you got the passphrase. I think you put rock and roll there. Voila, you're in. Look, now it has changed. It has changed to John. You have now moved from Abens, which is yours, to John. So you've logged in basically. Yay, you've logged in, you've logged in, you've logged in. Then let's move on. What do you do now that you've logged in? Hey, print my current working directory. Where am I now that I've logged in? Tell me, where am I? You know? Okay, and then, yes, print the working directory. So here, that's the command to print the working directory. Let me select the annotator. This is the command. Yes, this is the command to print working directory. So it tells me that I'm in the home directory and I'm in John's account. And I say, hey man, show me what's inside there. LS's list, everything. And be detailed. Basically, that's what LA means. And then it shows me that inside here there are many files, but the one that I'm interested in is this user text, which has all the text files. Uh, the text files. So then I get there and then I print out what's inside the user text file. It shows me my other flag to show the person who's setting the test that indeed I've gotten to this place where I've accessed John's account. So let's go back to our platform, our hacking platform. Where's our hacking platform? Oh, there we go. So it's asking us, yeah, it's asking us who is the person you provided. Doesn't it allow me to annotate? I want to annotate. Where's my annotator? Okay, let me make this a bit smaller. And share also this part of the screen. Sorry, I'm not sharing. Share, sorry. There we go. Share. It asked me in the quiz, what is the password for the admin? We remember we identified that. Let me annotate. Yay, there's my annotator. It's Xavier. We put in the correct answer. Correct the RSA password. I'll go. I'm going, yeah, with you. Crack the RSA. It's rock and roll. Remember, we found that RSA after we converted with John, and then user text. In the text file, we found our last flag there and the web flag. I'll show you how to do that. But yeah, there we go. And then privilege escalation. Let's pause right there. Let me show you quickly how we do privilege escalation. Remove the annotation. Oh, remember privilege escalation is when we use John's details. So we go in, there we go, sudo access. When we use sudo, it's admin for Linux. It shows us the shadow directory, which is a directory that's sensitive. Let me stop sharing and share this one. Let me show you. I'm almost done. I want to just show you. The sudo is this command here. We can put it in the terminal. We use sudo, and then we say inside that directory that we've obtained, can you please reveal this information? Uh, can you reveal this information? Here's the command. Cat out this directory. The shadow file, the shadow directory folder contains all the passwords. If you see SSH and THM is that user we had, and John with his password here, instead of it being a long key, we're going to take this long key, save this file as a text file, and then crack it. We save it as a text file. Here you see called it root password dot text, root password hash dot text, and we move on. I'm trying to go fast so that we stick to our time. Selector, not annotator. And then we cat it. We hack it with John like we did, and we get the password football, and that's where we got football, the password. Then we select the last, we put in su root. It asks for the password because we want to gain access to the root. And then we put the password. We've completed our task. Thank you so much for watching. Any questions, drop them in the description in the chat. I'll comment.